like I had a little bit of diarrhea today, so I was like, if I want a
Oh my
bottom,
God, just like...
if I want a bottom, it's perfect.
Were you like...
They cleaned me out already.
Yeah. Were you like actors who were like, I want to get in the role? You're like doing some research, right? Like character.
Yeah, I did. I pooped a lot today in the morning because I thought I drank a lot of coffee, more coffee than I should have, and I get like jittery, and then I get like it's diuretic. It's diuretic.
I get jittery after like my fourth shot of espresso, but I know some people it affects their like sip of iced coffee. I gotta take a
not a sip, not for me, but I will have to take a shit, especially if it's like a lot.
Yeah,
because I don't drink
have like laxative qualities to it. Right?
It does, yeah. So does cum. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And then I started noticing somebody. I don't know. It's weird.
Say their name.
I don't.
They're watching.
I don't remember who told me, and it was like, it's kind of like a curse because like. Maybe I shouldn't even say it.
I thought you were gonna say
because it's almost no. It literally functioned like a curse. Like somebody told me.
All right, we'll bleep it. Go ahead. Tell me.
Somebody told me. They were like, "Did you know sperm was a diuretic? When they make eggs, makes you poop. Is it a diuretic?
Laxative? Like I don't know. Actually,
functions like a laxative essentially, like coffee."
Yeah.
Where it makes you poop.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And the moment they told me that, anytime I give head and swallow, it'll like my stomach starts acting funny and then I have to use it. And I was like, I don't think this was a thing before. So I think they might have just cursed me.
I've heard people say like, oh, usually after I swallow, like they feel like a rumbling in their stomach. They'll hear that, but I just thought it was just the children dying.
No, yeah, but it's weird because it didn't happen to me before. So now or maybe it did and I didn't know.
Cursed cum.
A cum curse. Yes. Welcome to another episode of the Poopyverse. A podcast. A podcast where me and Omar and other puppies, mommies, and theys are going to be taking you through the universe and beyond. We're going to be talking about everything. We took a break and then we came back and then we had that episode with Amalia Andrade.
Yes.
And then we had another episode with Javi, and then I got sick and I had like a cough.
It because you had the episode with Javi?
No, it was...
He makes you sick? Is that what you're saying?
See, oh my God,
you're coughing.
Yeah. I still have a little bit of a cough, but my voice went away too. Oh. So this is going to be the first episode in like a couple of weeks.
Can I get a mask? No, I'm just kidding.
And I'm sorry, I didn't have COVID. It was a different... me and my boyfriend went to Puerto Vallarta and David... But anyway, so we went and then we both caught something, and then I came here and it was like the weirdest thing. It was like I had a sore throat and a cough, and then the sore throat went away and I had an upset stomach and diarrhea for like a few days. And then I couldn't eat anything. Everything made me queasy. And then I talked to the doctor and he was like, my friend's boyfriend is a doctor, and he was like, oh yeah, that's been going around. Did you get it? You haven't gotten it?
I don't know what
it was all over Dallas. Apparently.
Was it like I remember around that time there was something going on, like a stomach flu or something of that sort.
Yes, it was similar to that. Yeah, but I had a sore throat and he was like, and then you got diarrhea? And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's been going around everywhere. And I was like, what is it? He was like, it's just like a random bug. It's a lot of talk about diarrhea.
Yeah.
Which brings us to...
Well... Actually, now that you were mentioning when you said like you were at Puerto Vallarta, I have a question for you.
What?
Does a bear shit in a pool?
Oh my God.
Because he's like, I caught something and I was like, in the pool.
So tell him.
All right, so
I don't know.
January 27th. No, I'm just kidding. No, but so there's this event called Beef Dip, which is like in Mexico, it's like a Semana de Osos. So like todos los osos migrate. Brown bears, black bears, polar bears, they all go down south to Puerto Vallarta and there's this big fest. So it was at this hotel called Mantamar, which is where you were staying, right?
Yeah, we stayed there.
Because I recognize, so you did a post and I recognize one of the pools that's on top because I've seen it on a Twitter porn video. But then I also saw... I
hate you.
First, because before we start, I also saw this is the pool.
Oh my God!
This is where
you have an
at.
image,
yes.
Omar.
Yeah, I brought receipts this time. So you were there, Were you able to get in the pool? Tell me how it was.
We got in the pool. So
did you drink the water?
Everything was. Oh my god!
Sorry, I have.
So he's referencing. So he's referencing the So Manta Mar is the name of the pool. The hotel we were staying in is Al Mar, but they own Manta Mar. They own the pool.
Is that like the?
And all the gays go there during the day or whatever. And yeah, apparently during their bear weekend, there was a bear. There was someone. Uno de los ositos se cagó. Un poquito.
Yes, but but
in the pool.
Yes. Shit happens.
Literally.
Shit happens.
And somebody shit in the pool and they had to get the poop out. Thankfully, it was hard poop, so they could just easily locate it in the pool in Puerto Vallarta.
Solid.
But everybody got out, and apparently as soon as they took the poop out, everybody just got back in. Nobody gave a fuck. And see, for me, I wouldn't have gone back in. There's very few things that I am like super high maintenance about. I would not have gone in that fucking pool. I'm sorry. I'm going to go for 24 hours. And then once like the bleach does its work, I'll go back.
Yeah, I need some air.
But they really all just got back in. And I was like, okay.
Did asco like
I just don't know about that. Yeah, like it's one thing to have a little fart in there or pee in there. I can deal with pee. You know, if you're gonna pee on someone,
who doesn't pee in a pool, right?
I don't mind getting peed on. Like if that's your thing, and I like want to satisfy. Like pee is fine, but like I'll deal with it. We could do it in the shower or whatever. Someone pees in the pool, it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Warm.
Yeah. It's like I don't want to see it. It's fine. I don't care. Poop. I'm getting out of that fucking pool. Yeah. I'm getting out of the pool. I don't care. I don't care if it's like a little piece of poop. I don't care if it's like a big piece of poop.
Apparently, it was solid.
It was big and it was solid.
Or else if it would have been like, because oftentimes, because I started looking into this and like apparently there's different types of nets that you're supposed to use. So there's one, you have to use one of those micro like net ones.
Because if you shake or pieces,
then it just makes like, you know, then you have a bear soup.
Ew, bear soup?
Sorry, I'm like very... Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Me doy mucho asco.
Good luck.
I'll start want to throw up. Like I'm very like if it gets very graphic, I'll. Oh, but before we proceed, I just wanted to show you a picture of the heroes. These are our true heroes. These two ladies. If you know their Venmo or if there was anything of that sort, let me know. But these are, we just have to think about like, these are the true heroes. And when you act and this stuff happens, like you should get up and tell everybody like, hey, I made an accident. Everybody please get out of the pool. That's the right thing to do. You just don't just leave that there. And like, at least these ladies can get mentally prepared. So I just want to all the gays, to all the people traveling to Mexico, acting a fool, like these are true heroes. They should be treated with respect and don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. Yeah,
that person should have left a nice tip for those people.
Especially Americans. Like you're not in your home country. Don't be an asshole. If you're gonna poop in the pool, at least tip them. Like you can do it in the background. Like whoever poops in the pool, that's embarrassing. I get it. Wait until they're like leaving and then go and slip them like a $20 bill.
And to those ladies, si las conocen, like disculpen, qué pena, pero son nuestras héroes.
De lo que yo sé, no sabemos quién fue, pero por lo seguro era gringo.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't Javi there around that time?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just trying to put it
was
on
Javi.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. So now that we're on the subject of shit, we can talk about the topic, which is going to be douching today. Yes. Right? Because like, you know,
there's not
whoever it is that pooped in the pool, next time douche actually before you go into the pool. That might help so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I hope there's a American Horror Story like Puerto Vallarta version, and this is like the one that they centered about.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying like you're saying prep, and when people talk about prep, we're not just referring to prep, which is like safe sex great, but also preparation.
Yeah, prepare like.
How do you prepare?
It is important to talk about hygiene, but it's also important to talk about the fact that like it should never be that serious.
Yeah, it's also sex is dirty.
Yeah, it happens.
It's not this idea that like you have to be clean. It's It's sex. We sweat. There's bodily fluids, and no one should be shamed for things that happen, like what we're about to indulge in.
What do you do to prepare? You just asked me that, but I want you to answer first.
Okay. So I'll tell you my preparation. Yes, and I think it's more of a lifestyle. No. No, but you know what? I'll tell you what. Something that.
Wait, because you're versed.
Yes,
you have to tell them what you are.
As I've gotten older, I think because it was just easier to. There wasn't such a problem when I was younger, just because it's just like, your body, your digestive system is better.
It's a lot faster.
And yeah. So it was like it was never an issue, and I was one of those like, I know my body person.
Yeah.
And then like the late 20s hit, and it was just kind of like, oh, like things are not working the way they were. But It's all about fiber. Prep, prebiotics, probiotics, fiber. I think it's like the reason why I thought
I love fiber.
It's very important to touch this topic also because it also relates to health, and we're here to promote a healthy lifestyle.
It does relate to health. It does. It also relates to poop. I poop I poop 3 times a day,
and that's great. That's very healthy. I know people
wait, because I thought that was a good thing too, and then I realized because I always have shit up my ass, there's like, it's like hit or miss for me.
But it
like
also depends
whether I'm clean or not,
right? If it's like, is it like fudge or is it like solid? Healthy?
It can vary.
Yeah.
Can vary.
Okay. So if you're because this is also where we go into like it depends. Like you need to look at your diet in order to see. Some people need to a lot more cleaning because maybe it's not solid. It's not.
That's the thing. I heard about psyllium husk. Have you heard of that? Psyllium husk is essentially like, it's really good for, it's supposed to be like, I was reading about it. It's like, it's supposed to be like some pill stuff you could buy on Amazon that's supposed to help keep you clean. That's like, I haven't done it, but I'm thinking of making it like a thing for me. Yeah.
Well, I know there's a lot of people that do use like supplements, fiber supplements. I like to, again, take it all from my food, but
I was reading this thing that this doctor posted, and that's what we like. Where it was like more than once every 2 to 3 weeks of like, if you douche more than once every 2 to 3 weeks, it can have long-term consequences like needing a laxative, reducing the flora in your intestines,
the flora and the fauna.
Yeah, so your body doesn't break down nutrients properly. So it could actually really be bad for you.
Yeah, douching for people who are like douching all the time, like it's bad. Then you wonder why you can't.
And he said like when you douche, to get a probiotic, because yogurt and like getting probiotics from like yogurt and food is not enough. That's what he was saying.
So you need like supplements.
You need supplements.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Probiotics, prebiotics,
so whenever,
probiotics. Yes.
So whenever you douche and you let all the flora out, whatever that means, I guess it's like...
it's like healthy, but I mean, it's like bacteria that helps break down and absorb. You have that in your stomach, which is why it's great to like consume fermented foods like kombucha. It's great for you. For your
kombucha,
stomach. Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know kombucha was like a thing.
Yeah, it kind of feeds and kind of creates a healthy environment for it to grow and feed, and there's also in your colon, and it's very important to make sure that you're not overdoing it because, like the doctor says, listen to your doctors. Overdo anything that you overdo, but
yeah, like
how many times? 2 to 3 times.
And he said any more than 2 to 3 times every week has some pretty bad long-term consequences, and
It was in this moment when Gerardo realized he read his note card wrong. The doctor said, don't douche more than once every 2 to 3 weeks, not 2 to 3 days.
You might need a laxative. You might not even be able to take a shit. And I'm sorry, but I already take 3 shits a day. Like I cannot afford to struggle to poop. So I don't douche often because of that. He also made this really good point. He said sex is weird, gross, dirty.
Yeah.
Accept it. It can be a lot more fun if you just fucking accept it. That's what the doctor said.
And for bottoms.
And that's not me.
Yes.
That's a doctor. A doctor said that. So all you little whiny tops that are like, oh my God, you're dirty. You're putting your penis where poop comes out of. You can handle it. You're a big boy, okay?
Yes, it's
grow up.
Sex is not meant to be clean and sanitary. There's body fluids, there's sweat, there's all these other great things that.
Oh my God!
It's very intimate.
So one time, one time I hooked up. Not me like popping my tongue. One time I hooked up with this top. Okay, this guy. I met him at the gym. Really muscular, tall.
Oh, you're really painting the picture.
I am. And so he's attractive, you know, beard, my type. We go to his house. He's like, I want you to come over. I want to fuck you. I'm like, okay. I just came from the gym.
Was he
okay.
Like, I want to put it
I
in
wasn't
your...
ready for... I don't douche before going to the gym. I know some of y'all do because y'all like to cruise. And that's
por
a whole...
Ya por si cae.
But, yeah, por si cae. Pero para mí no. O sea, like, I'm not gonna... I don't douche anytime I leave
the gym. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't cruise that much at the gym.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to be really hot for me to cruise you at the gym. So he took me to his house. It was like some of the worst sex. Like,
was it just like a mattress on the floor?
No, it was like, it was a bedroom.
Okay.
But like every single time he would like be having sex with me. Like he was like started topping me, right? Mm-hmm. And then he would get dirty. Like a little bit. It wasn't even visible, okay? Because at the time I was young, okay? So it was like pretty much squeaky clean most of the time. He would stop. He was like fucking me, and then he would stop and be like, oh, give me, like, he would stop to like rearrange, like to, you know, flip me over or something. Yeah. But if he touched his dick, he would have to go and wash his hands. And I wasn't even dirty. Like I wasn't even, I checked because I was like, what? And I was like, it was just, he was such a germaphobe. He could not. Was he wearing a condom? No. And
wear a condom if you're bothered by it so much. Just wear a condom, cover your breath and just.
Yeah. And he kept stopping. Literally, he stopped to wash his hands every single time he would touch his dick to put it back in or to flip me around or anything. He would be like, hold on, I gotta wash my hands. And he washed his hands like 4 or 5 times. And I was like, and he was terrible at it. Like, if you're gonna do all of that, please be good at sex. Please be good at sex. If you're gonna do all of that, at the very least know what to do, because his dick was big and it wasn't even worth it. Like I never hooked up with him again. He got his feelings hurt. He ignored me after that because he would hit me up and I was like, absolutely not. If you can't even handle
like touch, his hand, Siri, text this guy.
I wasn't even dirty. If you can't even handle touching your cock, don't have sex. Become a priest.
Yeah, or put on a condom if you're gonna be so,
Yeah,
if you're gonna
condom.
be so,
condoms are
just
good.
wear a condom if you
condoms. Invest in condoms.
If you're that type of person that can't handle that and is very demanding about wanting, because I've seen this and I think it's a common thing on apps and platforms that people are like, hygiene is important. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, wash your fucking teeth. And usually it's the motherfucker with like hygiene that like le huele la boca or something. And it's like, you can't ask me to wash my, and you're like over here smelling like fucking 5 a.m. coffee and cigarettes.
Right. If I'm topping, I care more about your breath than I do about whether or not you get dirty. You can get dirty. Like, I don't care if you if I'm fucking you and you get dirty, that's just, it's the price of war, baby.
It's a price of war.
Yeah. Like, you just have to take it. Like, I don't get the whole freaking out about poop.
Yeah, don't butch over a little
like
fudge.
You're putting your... Exactly. Like, I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I do douche if I'm going to go to like a bathhouse or if I'm going to go like get like...
How long do you do it for? Or
oh my God. It takes me forever to douche.
But are you using the nozzle? Are you using one of those bulb ones or are you using the fucking hose with the fucking
bulb
attachment?
Ones. Okay, actually, this is really important.
Yes.
This is really
Pay
important.
attention,
I have an
kids,
announcement.
get your notebooks out.
So when you use a douche, y'all need to... Don't use the long extension. I was using the long extension at first. Yeah. Have you ever heard of over douching?
Yes. Because
Like-
that's at that point you're like, it's not like I've always said you have to be like, if you know that you're getting into trouble, then bring out the big guns.
So I was reading about this online because anytime I would douche, I would over douche.
Were you
so
overflowing?
No, I just felt loose. It felt like I was loose, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I just didn't enjoy it because I felt like I was loose. I did. Well, it turns out I was over douching. Like I was using the long extension, and like that's only for fisting or like hardcore shit. There's a smaller extension. Please use that. To all the bottoms out there that don't know this, use the smaller one. That's all you need. Because like after I started using that, I felt tight and I felt right. But it was
Tight is right.
but it wasn't until I recently found that out, really, because I told David, I was like, I feel like I'm loose, and David was like, you're not. And I was like, I just feel like I am, because we were having like a threesome with this guy, and I was like, I feel like he wasn't enjoying it as much because I feel like I was loose. And then I like realized that I had been using the long extension. That's like for if you're going hardcore.
Yeah, that's if you want to lose 5 pounds too.
You shouldn't have to go that deep. Yeah, I recently found that out. That's like one of my routines if I'm douching, but I only douche for like
special occasions, which is what you should be douching, unless you're gonna go into like something that's big or like if it's a special occasion. But for the most part, a little, just I mean, I don't want to say like just wash, because then I feel like
if you have a boyfriend, do you douche for your boyfriend?
I think in relationships, you're more comfortable with things and you kind of listen to your body more. Like that's how I am. And if it's like, if it's like just casual stuff and whatever, like if it's not someone I'm.
And just like that, he fucked up. Again.
Overflowing. Fuck. While we get a napkin, can I tell you?
Dan, I'm really sorry.
We just spilled a little water.
Do you want me to help? Like when I'm hooking up, you can get a little dirty, but if you get like really, really dirty, we stop and you clean up, whatever, and we keep going. 'Cause, I don't want it to be like so much, like, like there's chunks of it falling off of my penis.
Where they're going to see you in the club and they're going to be like, you see that guy over there? He wants, not just.
But if I have a boyfriend, I don't really care if he douches. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, Dan.
Thankfully, Dan, the studio guy, was there to save the day.
Gerardo spilled his douche water on the table.
I hate you.
That's why I always, every time I Venmo people, like we go out for coffee or something, like if it's just to be an asshole, I'm always like, you know how you have to put like a memo on Venmo? I always put douche water.
Oh my God. So back to what I was saying, when I have sex with my boyfriend, I don't care if he douches. Like my boyfriend's poop hits different. You know what I mean? Like I don't care if he douches at all. Sometimes I don't even want him to douche because unpopular opinion, but sometimes it feels good when people get dirty. Am I the only one alone in that?
Chocolate. Do you know that song by Kylie Minogue? Chocolate.
Oh my God. Okay, no, I haven't, but I don't want to hear it.
I'll send it to you. No, but
I don't really like Kylie Minogue like that.
But see, I think that speaks about like how comfortable you are in a relationship, because it's like if that were to happen, I wouldn't be as upset as like somebody farting intentionally. Like that would bother me, like a fart. But like
fart.
But like let's say we're together in a relationship and we're just sitting, and then you just blow one out and like without shame. Like that upsets me. I would find that rude. But if we're engaging in sexual activity and something happens and it's kind of like, it's okay. Like
yeah. If it's a hookup, I don't expect it to be squeaky clean either. I just don't like. There's one time I was fucking this guy and I pulled out and it was like huge chunks. Like it was like covered. It was like covered.
What color was it?
Like a golden brown. It was a pretty color.
Okay.
It was
Brown
a pretty color.
healthy.
I mean,
what was the texture?
It was pretty.
Like
I would wear it if it was a shirt. If it was like a shirt that color, I would wear it.
I need to go change. No, I'm wearing a brown shirt right now.
I know you are. But it wasn't a bad color. It was just like a lot.
Was
and
it
so
like
I was like,
smeary,
let me go
liquidy, or like solid? I'm just trying to see where the guy's
It was like
is.
Play-Doh-ish.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
at least it was. Yeah,
It was healthy. He was healthy.
washes right off.
Yeah. So I went to shower and I
Yes.
rinsed it off.
Yeah.
But I try not to shame people because it's like part of sex.
It's part of.
It's
sex.
just part of sex.
Yes.
And sometimes it does feel a little different. It feels a little different. It isn't always a bad thing.
It's
but
like food texture. Listen, if I
like
was
like what, like cornbread?
if I'm there like, and then all of a sudden, sometimes you're having sex. And
Yeah.
Have you ever done this where you're just like,
I love how the couch is squeaking right now.
yes. So sometimes I've been in the middle of it, and then I just like, and then I'm like, and if I'm close, I'm gonna keep going.
Oh yeah, no. Like when I did that, he was like, "Oh, maybe we should stop." I was like, "Absolutely not. Turn around because we're gonna keep going." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not stopping. I'm getting my nut. I don't give a fuck. I know what I'm putting my dick in. And a lot of tops act like they don't know where they're putting their dick. Like, as a top where you're putting your dick. Stop being a little bitch about it.
Don't be surprised. Right?
Exactly. What do you think? You're putting your dick in like a rose bush?
Yes. Yeah. You're gonna eat cake. You're not gonna expect chocolate.
Exactly.
No, and you know what's funny? Yeah. So, and it's good that we're talking about this because I feel like maybe a lot of, I think a lot of people, I didn't know about douching. Like I was embarrassingly older when I found out, and I was like, I thought it was weird. I was
How old are you when you found that?
like 24, 23.
24, 23.
When I was like, I mean, I heard the term and I know there was like water but I thought it was like more like medical, like enemas.
Oh. Have you ever used an enema, like one of the
No.
real ones?
No,
Me neither.
I've been wanting to do a coffee enema just because I like coffee. And also apparently it's also really good for your skin and I don't know.
Oh.
I heard, I don't know if it
know
was your
that.
skin or something. It's supposed to be good if
That
you do it
sounds
once.
fun. That sounds fun.
I think it's good that we're talking about this also because, it's like, it's nice to like to the people out there watching the podcast and they're like
self-conscious.
Some people don't want to talk about it.
They
Like,
don't.
I wouldn't like. I was when we mentioned about this, I was like, I don't know if I want to talk about that, but it is important to talk about these things to remove the stigma, and also because like, some people no se saben cuidar su flor. You like you have to like it's your rose, like you have to take care of it, and you have to I have to say some people want it sweaty, they don't care, and that's great.
Do you shave your butthole?
Oh, that's dingleberries. Let's talk about dingleberries.
So what is that? Is that a fruit? Is it good?
Do you know?
Do you shave
my
your
God.
butt? Do you shave?
Huh?
Do you shave your butt?
It's not now. Sometimes I trim now, but I don't like doing the shaving thing. I've never liked doing the shaving thing because it feels very like. I'm like, who wants? First of all, like I know some guys like when it comes to women, like they want like a clean shaven.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like I don't know. That seems like you want like a child. It's just my. It's just my.
So you don't shave your butthole?
I've had. I don't know if I want to. Well, I'll just say this. I've trimmed.
I have shaved my butthole when I was younger, and then I realized I like hair. I like hairy butts.
Yeah.
If like I like smooth butts too. I like butts, but hairy butts are hot too. And so my boyfriend's like, "Oh, I like hair. Like, dude, you don't have to. Please do not trim. Not even trimming. Like it's like it's all natural back there. You do have to watch out for dingleberries. That's why you have to like.
I didn't know what that was. I thought it was like when somebody said dingleberries, I was like,
You're imagining real berries?
No, I confused it with like, I was like, oh, kiss me under the dingleberry. And then it was like, no, it's like the mistletoe. And I was like, it sounds like a berry. Like when I heard the term
You thought it was
dingleberry,
your-
it sounds like actual fruit.
You thought it was your balls?
You don't know. And then I looked, they were like, oh, you don't know what a dingleberry is? And I was like, no. And they're like, look it up. And then I looked, it was like, first of all, I don't know. Like,
One time I was eating this guy's ass and he had a dingleberry. And I just kept going.
were you just like,
I was just like, okay. You know?
Yeah.
You said it was fruit.
Because it was random. Like, that's another thing is like, if you want the tops that want their bottoms to be clean all the time, like, grow up. Like,
Communicate
random sex is hot, and you're not gonna have random sex with your boyfriend if you expect him to be clean all the time. It's like, how mechanical do you have to be? Let me tell you something. Most tops that expect their bottoms to be clean all the time, 100%
Have dingleberries.
100% sanitary. Most tops that expect their bottoms to be clean 100% most of the time are terrible tops.
Or they have cheese.
Ew.
It goes both ways. I'm just saying. It goes both ways. If you're going to be picky, you have to,
No, the cheese is way worse. The cheese is way worse than a butt getting dirty. It's not the same thing at all. No, because a butt gets dirty because that's where you shit.
It's natural.
You don't...
That shit, it's not unnatural. Yeah.
A butt gets dirty because that's where you poop from.
Yes.
A dick isn't supposed to produce cheese. It's not supposed to do that.
Yes. I mean, not to shame anyone, but like, it's so funny how it's like, the whole like shame over like, mishaps or to bottoms, and nobody's talks about the cheese.
The cheese is...
The cheese.
That's a whole episode. That's a whole episode.
Yeah, not charcuterie approved.
We need a moment of silence for that. I gotta process that. That's disgusting. That's nasty. I've also hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are a thing. Have you ever had hemorrhoids?
Remind me, because
You've never had a hemorrhoid?
Is that like a hernia? It's not like a hernia. It's like
a hemorrhoid is like just when one of your veins gets irritated in your butt, and so because your butt's sensitive.
Or something?
Yeah, like the vein gets inflamed.
Yeah,
it gets inflamed, and it becomes like. Sorry, I don't know why I burped.
Y'all are disgusting.
It becomes like a bump. You've never had a hemorrhoid?
I don't know if I have. I mean,
you've never had a hemorrhoid, Omar.
I mean, how do you check for that?
I mean, you just feel it. It hurts. Like there's like a bump that hurts, or like inside or outside of your... I've had a hemorrhoid.
¿Nunca te has echado un pedo que te duele?
Pero nunca...
It's like tamborazo.
Un pedo que te duele? No.
Yeah.
But one time I was pooping and I sneezed and I wasn't ready to let go of... It was like a huge turd and it hurt. Because it made me push it out before I was ready.
It just reminded me, like, so after you douche, like, if you're, like, getting ready and then, like, you sneeze, some people are, like, a little spritz.
Yeah, if you douche too much, too. Yeah, if you go too deep with the water.
You have to wait till the water falls.
Yeah, you could be fucking and it could come out. But I heard it feels really good because the water's all warm. So... Yeah, I heard it feels good.
Temperature. It has to be lukewarm. Don't do it cold. Don't do it, right? Like
the water?
Yeah. How did you start it? Like when you learned about prepping and stuff, like did you research it or did you talk about it with
Did I talk to anyone about
brunch? It? Like, hey guys, how do you guys, ¿cómo se cuidan la flor?
No, when I found out, I think I've been out since I was 16. So you slowly hear about shit. But it's really terrible that people always shame bottoms for getting dirty and stuff, but it's like, why? It's like perfectly normal. So, but unfortunately, a lot of the things I learned were from that, right?
Yeah.
I also automatically get embarrassed when I do get dirty, if I get dirty,
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen often, but when it does, I do get embarrassed.
Are you an artist?
Huh?
Are you an artist?
What?
Do you paint?
What do you mean?
Okay. Do you know what painting is?
No, I don't know what painting is.
Oh my
you
God.
mentioned that, and I was like, I don't know what that is. What is it?
No, I thought maybe
What's painting?
All right, so I'll give you the Urban Dictionary description. So you never heard have you ever heard somebody saying like painting tops?
No.
All right, so it's like some James Pollock. Sexual term used by gay men to describe the painting shitting on a penis, usually when a bottom is not cleansed or the penis goes in too deep.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Just when people get dirty, essentially.
Yeah, so basically
That's called painting?
Yeah, painting tops means when like there was a mishap and you painted it.
Oh.
What were you thinking?
Oh no, I
Yeah,
thought it was like I
what-
thought it was like a fetish thing. Like you get the poop and then you smear it on the wall or something.
You know what? That actually
So I have
makes much more
I have like a
sense.
story actually.
Yeah.
So one time my friend told me that he went to go fuck someone, and so he like fucked him, and when he finished, he pulled his dick out, and there was like a huge pile. Like as soon as he pulled out, this huge pile just came out, and it was like a pile of poop right in the middle of the bed. And I think when that happens,
Was this Amber Heard your friend?
huh?
Was this Amber Heard?
Who's that?
Oh my God, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, somebody shit in a bed.
Who?
It was
what?
like in court. You don't know about this case? The trial of Johnny Depp, the actor, with Amber Heard. They had a defamation lawsuit, and there was in the evidence or whatnot, there was a story about
She shit on the bed.
Took a shit on his bed, and she said that it was that dog shit, or apparently it was like a prank or trying to mess with him.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so
That's messy.
Yeah,
Damn, the
but what is
straights be getting it
yeah.
too, huh?
What is it called? When you were into play with that?
Scat.
Scat.
When you like poop, when you like to play with poop, that's
Yeah.
scat. Yeah, scat. That's a kink. I also have this story of like flight attendants, right? Because I used to work for the airline, and I was a flight attendant. And there was this flight attendant apparently that everybody found out about, that in their hotel on their layover, they took a shit. Apparently they got in trouble because the hotel cleaning lady went inside their room after they left their layover, right? Because you stay the night sometimes as a flight attendant. And she found shit all over the walls, all over the bed, everywhere, like smeared around. Apparently this flight attendant was into scat.
I'm a shit on these walls, Ray. Isn't
So
that
he
like
liked
scary
pooping.
movie?
He liked pooping. He liked playing with poop. And I guess he had a nasty, wild night with somebody. And the hotel called the airline, and they were like, this is unacceptable.
I'm just imagining like this whole sexual thing with poop, and then Christina Aguilera's "Dirty" playing in the background. Wanna get ready, dirty. Yes.
Omar, I can't.
That is, I always
Oh
have
my
a song for
God.
something, but that is, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not in. I don't think I'd be interested in that. And
If you have a hemorrhoid, though, because actually, before we go, I want to go back to the hemorrhoid thing that we were talking about. If you have a hemorrhoid, or you have a lot of them around your butthole, please don't put your ass on people's face. Recently, me and my boyfriend were hooking up with someone, and he had a bunch of hemorrhoids, and we didn't know because he didn't tell us. And he was fucking me. He had a big dick. Okay, he had that going for him.
Mm-hmm.
And as he was fucking me, he stops, and my boyfriend starts fucking me, right? Because he was a top, so I was gonna be the one. Like, they're both tops, so I was like, I'm the bottom, whatever. So my boyfriend started fucking me, but I didn't realize that guy was about to sit on my face. So I look up and I see his butthole, and his butthole has a bunch of like hemorrhoids. It's like probably like 4 or 5.
you got
Around
1, 2, 3,
and they were hemorrhoids, okay? Because I know what hemorrhoids look like. I also know what they weren't anything else. I know, and one of them had burst. Because some people genetically get a lot of hemorrhoids. It's like a thing. They'll get so many hemorrhoids. They need to get
what comes out?
They need to get operated because their hemorrhoids are so bad. He's one of those people, and I don't think he's accepted it. And so he sat on my face, and there was blood all over my face. I know, that's disgusting. It was on my lips. Dan is like, what the fuck are y'all recording today?
Yeah.
Dan, our studio guy, like, he's like looking at us like, what the fuck? Like, but yeah. And so I was like, I tasted the blood in my mouth. I was like, get off. And I went and I had to wash my mouth. Yeah, it was, I got mouthwash. It was bad. And I told him, I was like, you're bleeding. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I get hemorrhoids.
Oops. He did it again. Like me.
And I was like, I know you do, motherfucker. Don't sit on my face. Like, because my boyfriend had tried to fuck him and he said it hurt too much. Well, he didn't tell us it was because he had hemorrhoids. So yeah, I got blood all over.
Was he
my
like,
face.
you guys pop my cherry?
He had a
He had a huge. What if he was just like, sorry, I'm on my rock?
Okay, that's a lot.
Oh, God.
He knew, like, I'm just like, I don't mind, no
I need a
shame, but
drink.
like, no shame, but please tell us that you have hemorrhoids and that's why you can't bottom, and then don't sit on my face. Although he had a big dick and it felt really good. I mean, he kept
Todo
fucking.
se perdona.
Pues sí. Y me siguió cogiendo y yo así bien feliz, pero like
Todo sangrado.
I look like
lipstick.
I look like Carrie. No, but yeah, that was intense. That was one of the stories I want. Yeah, that's what that reminded me of when we started talking about hemorrhoids. Was that moment recently? It was literally in Puerto Vallarta.
I didn't know that was gonna go there.
Vallarta.
At first, you're just like, I just imagine you and like his cheeks coming onto you, and you're just like,
I was just like,
1,
what
2,
is that?
3, 4,
It was like
5.
the eclipse. It was like the eclipse. I was like, what? Why does that look like that? And then I was like, wait.
Total eclipse.
And then I
of
tasted
some
the blood because I was about to eat him out
God.
anyway. Because I was like, maybe it's just like maybe I can stomach this. I couldn't.
Yeah, no.
So
my
yeah,
God. Look at you, little vampire.
it was like Twilight, but without all the romance.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, so I just wanted to read a little bit of a page from Post by Leo Herrera. I think he's like the Carrie Bradshaw of our times, but like with a Miranda attitude. So the thing says, it's the cliche of bottoms eating ice. Have you ever heard of the ice chip diet?
No.
For bottoms preparing, like they just won't eat. So it says, the cliche of bottoms eating ice separates responsibility and kills spontaneity. They must always be prepared, change diet, and wait hours for the water to run clear. Tops can clutch their pearls at accidents instead of learning to see them as a chance for maturity, chivalry, and getting a warm towel.
Oh wow.
So it just talks about cruising and, you know, how our forefathers had to fuck in parks and bathrooms, risking arrest and worse for our sexual liberation. If we can't own our bodies, what did they fight for?
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
What book is that?
It's called Post by Leo Herrera. So I follow him on Instagram, and he's always like doing
queer.
great observations. Yeah, queer, Latino.
Oh, I follow him
I'm pretty
too.
sure, yeah.
David showed him to me. Yeah.
Yes.
There's some opinions I don't agree with him on, but there's some stuff I do agree with him on. Yeah.
And I mean, there's not a lot of,
Queer
people,
Latinos.
yeah, so I'm very like
Queer Latino writers. He's a writer.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
So it's really, I just think it's like I said, we have to take when mishaps happen, you have to be a gentleman, get a warm towel.
Be a grown ass adult. Be a gentleman. Like the bottom is having to deal with all of that. Like he's gonna be self-conscious. Like just grow up. Don't be a top that shames bottoms for that.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Or we'll shame you. No.
Sex is gonna be dirty sometimes. It's gonna be messy. That's a part of the fun. That's the fun of it all. If you don't like that, grow up.
Don't have sex.
Or fuck girls.
Yeah.
Oh, but you won't, will you?
Because there's
there we go.
still stuff. There's
Even with girls, yeah. There's
you
stuff
can't escape it. Get a toy.
Yeah, just get a toy or become a priest. Like I said, go and be celibate for the rest of your life. Let us have fun. The people that actually understand what sex is. So let's go into the do's and don'ts.
Yes. Do's and
bottoming.
don'ts.
Let's go.
Well, you do the.
Okay. So I got the do's. I call them the doo-doos. Get it? Get it?
Oh, I know that.
The doo-doos of bottoming and the
Don'ts.
and the zonts of bottoming. So the doo-doos. Do use the right equipment. Invest in a quality douche kit with a comfortable nozzle that's easy to use. Lube, and don't get a super long nozzle unless preparation for some big pipes. And by big pipes, it means like don't use the long extension unless you're going to get fisted or extreme play. Like just a hookup with a big dick. Use a smaller one, I promise. I know from experience. You don't want to be loose in the caboose. Because you put too much water in there and everything like spread out before it was like time, you know? So yeah.
Don't use harsh chemicals. Stick to plain old water. Your back door is a delicate flower and you don't want to ruin the gut and flora.
Use lukewarm water. Not too hot, not too cold, but just right. Because lukewarm water is gentle on your delicate regions and helps with cleaning and discomfort.
Don't. Again, we said it again. Don't overdo it.
Take your time. Take it slow and steady, allowing the water to do its magic and thoroughly clean your back door without rushing.
Don't douche too frequently. Keep it for special occasions. It's like shampooing your hair. You don't have to do it every day. You don't have to do it every time you have sex.
Listen to your body. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Pay attention to any discomfort or pain during douching and adjust accordingly.
Don't force it. I forgot what I was going to say. If the nozzle's not cooperating, use lube, but make sure you're not forcing it, or else you're setting up yourself for not a fun time.
And do clean your nozzle properly. After each use, give your douche nozzle a good wash with soap and water to keep it squeaky clean and free from any nasties. Hygiene is key, my friends. Oh my God, I have not been doing that.
It was in this moment when I realized I didn't want to narrate anymore. Ever.
I've just been rinsing it off with water. I haven't used soap to clean the nozzle.
Oh, well.
I'm going to I'll boil it when I get home.
Or put the soap in the water. No, I'm kidding. Don't douche right before sex. Time is everything, and douching right before the main event can lead to unexpected surprises. Give yourself some time to freshen up before to avoid any unplanned mud water. Oh my God. Yeah.
See, I usually douche like a few hours before, but that's just because I heard it's just better because it's just better. It'll keep you like, your intestines will adjust back to normal, but they'll be clean.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
By the way, there's coffee. I saw you posted about having coffee from mushroom, and you know that there's a brand called Mud Water. I just said Mud Water.
There is, and Mud Water is also mud water. So I think we're done.
Oh, there's one more. Don't recycle. I know a lot of you guys want to recycle, but using a plastic water bottle is not use the right tools.
Oh,
your flower deserves it.
I will say a water bottle is perfect for if you don't have a douche, though.
If you
have to do it and you don't have a douche, like a little nozzle thing, use a water bottle. I used to do that as a flight attendant when I had like nothing. I was in the hotel and then this top was coming and I forgot my douche thing.
But how do you do that? Like, I mean, how...
you just fill the water bottle up. The plastic, it has to be plastic, obviously. You put it up there, you squeeze,
and it go. I mean,
you jump up and down a little bit, and then you go into the toilet, let it out, and then you just do it again fill the water bottle.
How did the water go? Like the pressure, you
just have to make sure the tip is a little bit in there, so nothing. Bit will leak out, but you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, thank you for tuning in, y'all. That's it.
Yes, thank you for watching, and
thank you so much. Follow us on Instagram at the Poopyverse. YouTube, please follow, like, comment, because like we need that support. Right now, this isn't paying, so we're taking time and shit to do this. So it would be really great to get like, followers and stuff. So one day it can pay. Yeah, and tune in next time.
See you guys next time.
All right, bye.
Finally. Goddamn. Someone call my manager. I'm not doing this again.